Greetings, AP Calculus students, to part 3 of our second tutorial series of videos. This time around, reviewing how to evaluate a derivative using your graphing calculator. In our previous tutorial series, we talked about how to evaluate an integral. This time around, we're going to look at how to evaluate a derivative. In part 1, we looked at how to use a Ti-Inspire to do so. In part 2, we looked at how to use a Ti-84 plus / 83 plus, but more specifically the newer models, or with the newer, more updated operating systems. So in part 3 of this video, we're going to be looking at how to evaluate a derivative using the older versions of the 84 plus and the 83 plus. So let's get to it. So for this tutorial, we're going to be looking at a problem we did recently, which was the 2018 AP Calculus AB exam number 2 question. So the 2018 AP Calculus AB exam number 2 for response question. So more specifically, we're going to be looking at part A of this question. So if you recall, when we went over this question, we're given the velocity function for a particle, and in part A asks us to find the acceleration of said particle at time t is equal to 3. Now recall, if you want to find the acceleration of a function or an object, a particle more specifically in this case, you want to take that velocity function and take its derivative. And more specifically for part A, we want to take that derivative and evaluate it at t is equal to 3. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do in this video. So here we have our Ti-83 plus, but once again, this could be an 84 plus. You'll see in a second how you know for sure this is the correct video that you should be watching. So if we go to math, if you recall, we're going to go to math. And last time when we evaluated an integral, if you remember, we went to option 9, f and I and t. This time around, we're going to go to option 8. Option 8 is going to give us that derivative function, so n-deriv. So you want to make sure you highlight 8 or just press number 8, press enter. And now you get that n-deriv. So once again, this is what your screen should look like now after pressing enter at n-deriv or just pressing 8. Now, if your calculator screen does not look like this, that means you have the newer version of the operating system. So make sure you go to part 2 of this series of videos on how to find a derivative using the graphing calculator. And obviously, if you have a Ti-Inspire, you should be watching part 1. All right, so the first thing we're going to type in, just like when we found the integral, the first thing we're going to type in is the function itself. So we're going to type in this velocity function. So 10, I'm going to put that parentheses first, 10 sine, make sure my calculator is in radians mode, it is. So 10 sine 0.4, and let's just keep it at t. You can rewrite it as x if you wanted to. So t, alpha 4. So t squared, close parentheses for the sine, and then close parentheses for that parentheses in front of the 10, divided by the quantity t squared minus t plus 3. So t squared minus t plus 3. Close that parentheses, and then close that parentheses because we want to close it once again for that. Oh, wait, did I put too many here? Yes, I did. There you go. Sometimes you have to count the number of parentheses you have to make sure you have the correct number. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to press that comma again, just like last time. Comma, the variable that you're differentiating in terms of. So we're differentiating in terms of t. When we did the integral, it was basically the same setup, the equation first, comma, the variable that you're differentiating / integrating with respect to. And now since we want to evaluate it at 3, we just do comma again, 3. Okay. Last time with the integral, we had an interval. So we had a comma, bottom of the interval, comma, top of the interval. But since this time we're just plugging in a single t value, we just do comma 3, close parentheses, and this should give us our answer, which was negative 2.118, which if you look at the solution guide really quickly, is exactly what you should get, negative 2.118. All right, well, that's basically it. That's all you need to do. So once again, go to math, and then it's that 8th option. So you could just press number 8, or you could just scroll down, bam, and that's it. That's all you need to do. And then you put in the equation first, comma, variable that you're differentiating in terms of, comma, the numerical value that you want to find the derivative at. Otherwise, always feel free to reach out to me if for whatever reason this is not the answer that you got, and then hopefully we can figure out what happened, what went wrong. I do hope that these videos are helpful, as I've always said. But otherwise, I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are staying healthy, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your days. See you later.